All right, we've got an awesome topic to dive into today on how being a high value man requires leadership, direction, and assertiveness. I've been having a lot of conversations with men lately where their intimate relationship is on the rocks, maybe separation is on the table, maybe even a divorce has occurred, and the man is showing up from a low value place. And it's time for this to end, gentlemen. It's time for you guys to step into this new level of leadership and bring it to your relationships, because the way that you're showing up is not only having an impact for the short term, but it's having an impact for the long term for both of you, and probably for other parties that are involved as well. So we need to shift this mentality starting now. So, just a couple places that I can point to, as the man where these things are occurring. Maybe you're in a relationship that you're not enjoying, but you don't know how to break it off. Maybe your intimate relationship is at a standstill and there's no direction. You're allowing your feminine partner to, kind of dictate how things go. Or maybe, in your separation, there's still intimacy that's occurring. There's still a lot of connection that's occurring, a lot of messaging, and all of that is creating a dynamic where it's likely you're not going to win. It's likely that she's not going to win either, and that it's really going to degrade, what is best for the future. So the thing that I want to have you sit with, a place to really explore this from and get connected to as the masculine leader, is what is most needed for the relationship. You could even expand that to what is most needed. So, the way when I start to, just explore this with men is really getting them connected to this place. What is most needed for the two of you? Maybe what's most needed is that the two of you come back together. Maybe what's most needed is that the two of you separate. Maybe what's most needed is that there's direction in the relationship. You have to establish for yourself and be clear what is most needed. You might not know what is most needed, but find the pathway. Trust your intuition to determine what is most needed going forward. We really want to be present to this over the long term as well, because it's easy to get it's easy to get caught in the short term, the short term desires, the short term, intimacy and sex, and the short term connection that, is so craved and desired that it has a barrier to anything happening over the long term. If you're having sex and you're separated, well, what is that actually creating? It's creating a dynamic where, there's connection, there's intimacy, but there is likely, no actual commitment in the relationship, which is going to lead to hurt in the long run for one or both of you. And the thing that I want to present here is that this is all about developing yourself as a high status man. A man that, again, brings leadership, assertiveness, direction to the relationship, among many other qualities. And when we don't provide direction, when we don't provide leadership or be assertive, we're actually putting ourselves into a low value state. When we don't have integrity in the relationship, when we are separated from our partner or on the rocks, and we're showing that it's okay that, we're somebody that, our feminine partner can just come to and have sex with and be intimate with and be connected with and text message all the time, but yet there's no actual relationship on the table, what is the message that you're portraying as a man? What are you actually showing your intimate partner? You're showing her that you're a nice guy, a low status man that does not have boundaries and will not stand up for yourself or what you need over the long term. You're basically a pushover. And so that's the dynamic that's being created in the relationship. So really let that sit. Really let that sit. And be with that, because that's what's occurring in a lot of your relationships. And you really want to get the impact of that. What is the impact on you in the short term and the long term? What's the impact on her? What are you creating in that dynamic together by doing that? You really want to look here, because the first impact that I'll look at is that you're not actually creating relationship. You're not standing as a leader to create the relationship that you want, and you're not actually showing her what a relationship could be. You're not showing her the depths of what is possible with relationship by being how you're being now in this. So this is the thing to really get, is where are your low status behaviors having an impact and not actually allowing you to be that high status man. And again, it circles back to that place that I was talking about really understanding as a leader, as a masculine leader, what is the impact long term? Are you creating the impact of a high level relationship, boundaries and structures that lead to a relationship where there's connection and intimacy and an all-inness together? Or are you leading to a place where connection is severed, where boundaries are being crossed and there's no actual direction for the relationship? So really allow that to just sit with you. And the last place that I want to look at, because this has come up in a lot of the conversations that I've been having, is that as a man, if we lead, if we direct, if we're we bring assertiveness, well, now we're being selfish. Now we're putting ourselves into the space. And here's my answer for you. So what? That's probably what's needed in the relationship. What's needed is for you to be that leader, to take that stand and get uncomfortable, to actually own that you have these wants and needs for the relationship, and you're not going to settle for anything different because you're focused on the long term. You're focused on what is most needed for the relationship, or what's most needed for both partners. So if you feel like, oh, if I be direct, if I be assertive, if I lead, that I'm being selfish, so what? Shift the language around being selfish. I would call that being direct. I would call that being a leader. You know what it means to be selfish. Don't bucket all these beliefs and thoughts about you being assertive into that being selfish. There's a difference between being selfish and being direct. So, and if you have questions around this, or you want support around this, let me know, because I know that this is an area that comes up for you guys. Oh, if I put timelines on us coming back together, or, I put structures in place, that might push her away. So what? Because it's likely that if that's going to push her away, probably something else would have as well, right? This is about creating the relationship for both of you. Meaning that the two of you stay together and create a flourishing relationship, or the two of you separate and you find partners that are going to create that with you. So challenge yourself, question what it means to be selfish. My hunch of it is that you're just bucketing everything into the category of what it means to be selfish, and that takes away from your power. So I'm going to leave you guys here with this today. I would love to hear your thoughts, your questions, your what ifs, your yeah buts, like whatever's in the space for you. Bring it to this conversation, because it's a critical conversation that we need to be having. I'm here for you, brothers. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.